Alright guys, welcome to a round of Mosaic. I actually just released Madcap Mosaic on Steam. You're looking at the screen, might be like, really? But, yeah, it's live, and this is the first run since. So this is the version that you would get if you were to download it today. Alright, so first thing I look at, new run, check out the two traits we got. Telepath, 2 telekinesis tiles, and a clairvoyance tile. So we start with some extra stuff. Decadent, every 10 tiles used, hit or save for double on the next one. So, okay. I think I will go over some of the basics again. I know I've done that like every couple videos, but now that the game's out, this might be a good starting point. We've got 3 moves, just like energy or mana. In most deck builders, might compare it a lot to Slay the Spire, some mechanics, so just like your 3 energy and Slay the Spire. One big difference is you don't, in Slay the Spire you play an attack and they instantly lose health. In this, once you run out of your moves, then you trade damage. So you can see right now, if I were to run out right now, I'd be taking 5 damage up here. This is what I'm looking at when I pick what tiles I'm playing. See if I'm taking damage. If so, probably want to defend it. Not every case, but generally. And this is what I'm currently dealing to him, so that this is subtracting their armor, so you don't have to like look at the stats and compare. I'm just looking at these 2 arrows. So right now, this is me, low silver helmet, and these tiles adjacent to me are what I'm considering. I can move cardinal directions, so I could move on to any of them for 1 move, and then I'll use the tile and drain it. Fog, it does nothing. You can see up here the wolf put some fogs in there just to dump all the mechanics on you at once. If I hover over this, I can see what he turned into a fog. These are like the actual tiles that are there. So he turned one of my shields into a fog. That's very relevant for certain scenarios. This hourglass, or the magnifying glass down here. Alright, so we're obviously not going to use a fog. We'll take a shield, and now we're not taking any damage. Now we're going to get the damage in. He's got no shield, so we'll be able to do 10 if we get not unlucky. Here he's got 5 defense this time, and you can see how the decisions are very different in this compared to other deck builders. You know, there's no deck, so am I wrong for using that descriptor? I don't know. It feels like a roguelike deck builder. But it's definitely different. There's no drawing cards. You always have, you basically have an infinite number of cards, which is insane for a deck builder. But you still are limited, and it has its own limitations. So here is one of the differences. Like, I could go left and make sure I defend that, but if these are both shields, then I'm not getting damage in. Whereas if I go right, I take a sword, know I get a shield. Is it actually different? Because these 2 could both be shields. I guess this way I start off. No, it's very similar. So I guess my point is, you can see you see what tile. You know, I know one of 3 of these tiles if I go to the right is a shield. And if I go down, there's 2 unknowns to be a sword. Whereas if I go right, I'm basically guaranteed to get damaging, because I take telekinesis, which lets me choose any tile that's to use. It can be hidden ones too if you want to take a total gamble. But right now I can see I've got shield, shield, sword. You don't want to get stuck in corners, so I'm going to go south probably, so I'll have a sword. So I want to go use a shield, and I'm going to use this one because I'm probably not going to get back there, because I'm going to curl around the outside here, if I had to guess. You can also see Decadent building up, so in a couple... Ideally, I could go like shield, shield. Now I have, I can use this for 10 because it's going to double up here. And that resets Decadent to 0. Here's my other new tile, Clairvoyance. Save for 7, so bigger than a base defense. And then it reveals tiles adjacent to currently visible tiles. So you can see, extends your vision. That's pretty good. That's most of the stuff to explain in this fight. We're just going to go through. Each enemy has, you know, a handful of basic turns that they'll do. This guy, his attacks are pretty scripted. He's always the first enemy to make it simpler for new players. Alright, so this is the next screen. Totally overwhelming for new players probably. I recommend sticking to just like the tiles you can reach this turn. Don't get too carried away trying to read every tile or you'll just be like, forget this, I imagine. But let me go over everything that's in here. So, unlike Slay the Spire, you're not, or a lot of clones in the genre, I feel like choosing your card doesn't have that much innovation yet for the genre. And this was one place I decided to try and go a different direction again, because I knew my game wasn't going to be the prettiest. This is not the prettiest game you ever play, but I wanted to do something different with gameplay that might hook some people. There's like one bad pixel on there that's the wrong color. That's gonna drive me insane. It's like a brown pixel right there. So this screen works by you can pick any tile adjacent to this yellow bordered home tile. So your first one has to be random, and then your next one you've got some actual decisions to make. And next turn you'll have the same ones. Well, let me just go ahead and pick one at random here. You see that puts a new yellow border, so now I can pick anything adjacent to that, and it saves between each fight. So you can end up with like this big web of tiles that you picked. And once you learn what these icons are, and it doesn't take long, like they look different enough that you pick them up pretty quickly, you can really come up with some pretty cool strategies. And should this be I'll have to look at my unlocks. This tile starts locked, I think. Oh, we'll take a look at that later. Okay, so that's the tile board, and you can see I took a random and it shows me what I got. Berserk. We'll see how that goes. That's really the main thing. I mean, down here it shows how many picks you have remaining if you're not hovering over anything. And you can hover over and read the description at the bottom, obviously. Down here in the bottom right, you've got the enemy queue. You can click on it to see we beat this grayed out bear thing, whatever it is, and took 0 damage. We actually had 2 more in a row, so that's a pretty easy start. But then we've got, wow, a lot of repeats. 3 spiders, 3 orcs, okay, and 3 crystals. Wow, weird. The spiders definitely can be challenging, but our telekinesis tiles are good against them. Sometimes I do pick up a couple specific tiles for the spiders. Let me see if I have. I don't have them, so that's irrelevant. Anyway, so there are some cases where you'll take something because you have multiples in the enemy queue. Like here, if I had a blood ritual, that I could reach easily, I would definitely take it for these spiders, but I don't. And I'm not going to worry too much about that because that's kind of complicated. When I get to the screen, I'm again looking at what I have here and seeing what kind of cool synergies can I create. And again, this is kind of after your first couple runs, you might start doing this, I imagine. But for these two, Decadent hit or save for double. One thing I like to do is stack up multipliers like that. So if we had, oh yeah, there's 2 other functions. You can right click on a tile to see multiples. I just like this because oftentimes searching out the 2 or 3 or 4 ofs can really make an interesting deck or mosaic. Like, recharge is kind of a weird one to get value out of. But sometimes I'll just go through and see like is there anything really interesting that lets you go in a really unique direction this time. And then you can also hit enter, and you see at the bottom I can now type something in, and it's going to literally search the description of the tile. So if it's down here in the description, it'll pop up, and then you just press enter to clear it out. And in this case, let's look for battle orders. No battle order. Okay. What about monument? No monument. Those are 2 of the easiest ways to get multipliers. like another 2x, so that we're getting 4x damage or 8x. That's kind of a fun strategy to try. It's kind of tricky to actually pull it off though. Telekinesis tiles, they're good with a few things. They're really good with Sundial, and Sundial is just insane in general, so picking that up would be good. We have some interesting drain tiles, but not many good ways to drain them. I kind of like this and this. I might do that. And I kind of like these as well. Okay, we're going to do a drain strat because I think that's kind of like a fun baseline strategy for the game. And we're going to start going down here. Ooh, Fracture is cool. Alright, so we're doubling up here. I think we're going to double, get the 10 defense, and just get a couple attacks in. And here's our new tile. Berserk. Nearby tiles turn into 1 hit plus 1 move flurry tiles, so I'll show you what that means. Nearby is the 8 surrounding it. Oh, I think I still have... whatever. Okay, so we step on this. These all turn into flurries, which are hit for 1 plus 1 move. So we can just take all of those. Well, probably not all of them, because that would limit us to like a 50-50 on whether this is a defense tile. I'd rather take this. And now I could take that and then go left and get the shield. I don't think I'm going to. I don't really love being up against the wall there. But I'm immediately going to go against the wall here anyway for the defense, and then I'm going to get away from it. Definitely use Telekinesis. We'll get this thing up here. Clairvoyance. Yeah, I might not get him this turn. Depends what he does. Yeah. Now, and here's our other new tile. Fracture. Hit and save equal to the number of visible tiles that are different from their origins. That might sound confusing. Let's break it down. It's an attack and defend. Hit and save. It's going to give you offense and defense. Equal to this number in the bottom right. It's 13. What's that number from? There are 13 tiles that differ from what is really in your mosaic. So that's counting the fogs that the wolf changed, and it's counting these 8 tiles that we turned into flurries from Berserk. So Berserk and Fracture, pretty sweet combo. We're gonna take that. We got 13 and 13. Did we? It looks like we got more than that. Oh no, we went defend, attack, yeah. So that's a pretty sweet little combo we got built in. And we could play harder into that. Like I could change my mind and go... There's another Fracture. We could go Fracture strategy. Could take another right now. I could take a puzzle box and another Berserk and a Sundial. I actually kind of like that. Maybe, and a bubble. And those things are all good with Telekinesis. We're going to do that. And a Chaos Portal. I definitely feel like I have things unlocked, and I don't remember unlocking much stuff here. I'm going to have to check that out. I wonder if unlocks are being weird. I really hope not, because this is the live version. And we'll go this way. We'll definitely see another interesting mechanic with Telekinesis at some point this run. Which is something that we'll get rewarded for taking the tiles that we just changed. Like we were going to go that drain strategy, not doing that. We're going to have a kind of interesting mechanic reward us. Here we're still okay. That's going to double. So you can see it's still, the Fracture there was not great, but it was still okay because we were against a wolf. But some of these fights, we're not going to have anything changed unless we change them. So we need to pick up all these tiles that change stuff. So now we need to make our way up here for sure. And I guess we'll take a heightened senses. Oh, and and a random. Okay, neither of those is anything special yet. Maybe later. Oop, I should have gone over. So every few turns, this spider adds these webs to your deck. And while revealed, they give you -1 to your hits. When they're drained, you remove them from your mosaic, and if you use them, you get +1 move. So right now it's visible, it's revealed, and if I step on it, I'll get +1 move, and it turns into a fog. And then I can go up here, and if I use this, it says 4, well it's -1 from the web, will hit for 6? Oh, we had Decadent double it. Okay, makes sense. Good. I'm so nervous about things not working right. This is perfect. This will show off, not in a good way though. Oh, shoot. Well, I could take the telekinesis, hit the web, use Berserk, and actually they'll do damage. Whereas if I use Berserk right now, the flurries won't even do damage because they're all -1. But instead, I'm going to show you the mechanic I was talking about earlier. If a telekinesis is adjacent to or nearby the Berserk and I use it, it puts the flurry under me, which means I use it right away, and I got +1 move out of that. Pretty sweet little interaction there. So against the spider, your game plan is to destroy the web. Oh, that's so good. Wow, and he's gone. We didn't even take any damage. We're full HP, that's crazy. You constantly have to run around and crush things. And sometimes, you cap out at 4 webs because at some point you didn't and it was totally overwhelming. It was really hard to kill the spiders. But even at 4 webs, if they get put in the corners, you might have to shuffle to just to have to get them clumped up together so you can smash them all before he's laying new ones. Well, let's move on. We'll get back into spiders in the next fight, I think it looked like. This turn, hit for 10, 5 defense. We're probably not getting damage in, but we could use Chaos Portal. This is another kind of complicated tile. So it enshrines its location and randomizes its location each turn if you're not there. So wow, that doesn't explain everything. One of the things I went into this game wanted to do was have explanations on everything. I like knowing what things do. I like Binding of Isaac a lot. I have an insane number of hours in there, but I don't like that you have to have the wiki up constantly to remember what things do or to look at things up. So I tried to just explain things, even though sometimes it's like wordy. I'd rather have it on the screen. This does leave a little to be desired in that regard. So let's go over it right now. If I step on it, it puts this border around the tile. It changes the border into this one, this purple area. That stays no matter what. Next fight, that'll still be there. And whenever a tile is face up here, and whenever it's revealed, I haven't drained it yet, at the start of each turn it's going to change into a totally random tile. And we'll see the advantages of that throughout the game. It's kind of a crap area for it. I think Chaos Portal is much better around home because you reveal it right away, and then it's changing as you go, and you can come back for it whenever. Yeah, I guess we'll leave it there and cover how all that stuff works. And you can see at the bottom here, when you hover over a shrine, it adds like a little section telling you what the shrine does. This was not a very good tutorial to the game, I'm realizing now. I didn't even cover shuffling. I don't know if I have shuffled yet, which is really unusual. So you can use mouse left click or WASD or arrow keys to move. Obviously, I'm using the mouse because it's easiest for a viewer to see what direction I'm actually clicking or considering, and you can point at stuff, obviously. You can also press space or right click to shuffle if you have 2 moves. So you can always shuffle. If you get into like a corner or if you're at any point, if you're just surrounded by drain tiles and attacks and you're getting hit for a lot, sometimes you just need to take that 2 move loss and shuffle. So we'll just do it here. I'll show you. I'm just gonna right click, boom, new board, just like that. We'll use the cast. No, yeah, we'll use the cast portal. See what we hit. Did nothing. See, I really thought Chaos Portal was locked off. Maybe it's one I added later and didn't have space to add to the locked tiles. It's kind of not great to have Chaos Portal in a game where you're explaining the game, because you just have so many random tiles that I'm not going to explain everything I use in Chaos Portal. It's just too much. So we might just kind of ignore this part of the, the mosaic if we can. Alright, so here's a new tile. We've got Ensorcelled Puzzle Box. This is one we took on purpose. All nearby tiles transform into the same random tile. So it's like Berserk. It's going to change all 8, but it's just going to change them to something random. This can punish you. This is a risky tile. In this scenario, we're not taking damage. We can take it, and we know we don't need to get a defense out of it. But it's still risky because we're going to end adjacent to it. And there are some things that can punish you for that. Now, we did not get punished. We got insanely rewarded. And he's just dead, probably. We got, and again, this is not a great newbie tile. It's really fun. I love it. It's probably even fun for new people, but for explaining, it's kind of a nightmare. It transformed everything into campfires, which you can use and just hit for 6. But if you end adjacent to it, you get +1 move for your next turn. So we transformed them all. We ended our turn there. We got +1, 2, 3, 4 moves, and it's only 4 because it's adjacent, not nearby. So you have to actually be northeast, southwest of it. So we got +4 moves. You can see they don't all fit down here. There's a tracker over here if you get too many. So we have 7 moves. We also got a turn where he's vulnerable. So he has no defense, no attack, and we do extra damage. So we're just going to take all of these for their attacks. And he's just dead. Like, insane turn. And that's what Puzzle Box is for. You can miss, it can make you take damage, it can be disastrous if you use it, if you use it wrong, just like badly. If you're using it just for fun, it can really screw you. If you try and minimize those risks and you get lucky, it can be so good. We're going to take another Berserk because we've got these 2 fractures, and that's kind of our strategy we're going for. Here, another spider. We got the 4 webs, and we've got also a strength. You can use it as a hit for 5, which is just a basic hit. But while it's revealed, you get +1 to all your hits. So it's revealed right now. So let's go over the stages of a tile. This tile up here, this is hidden. This is revealed. This house is drained. And both the home tile and clairvoyance right now, they're both visible. So those are all relevant words. So hidden is something you haven't seen yet, or you've reset and you can't see what's there at the moment. Revealed is something that's face up, that's visible, that is unused. Drained is something that is visible, but already been used, or drained in some way. There's a lot of stuff to drain. So we kind of have strength up, which is countering one of the webs, because this one's giving +1, this is giving -1, this is giving +1, so we're at -3 to each attack. So we're gonna go here, crush the web, and I think I'm gonna leave the strength up, but I'm gonna work my way to the webs, even though I wasted some turns defending when he had no attack up. This is a really risky turn. What do I do here? I could go south. If this is an attack, I feel pressured to go left and take a defense and hope there's 2 defenses, and then I'm in an awkward corner, but that might be safer. I could go through Puzzle Box, which transforms a web into something else. But could hit an attack. and then I'm down to like 1 move. I have 1 defense. I think I'm gonna do Puzzle Box because the upside is a lot higher and I'm full HP. I don't know if it's right though. Okay, well we're not taking damage. Heightened Senses, on reveal you save for 5. So on reveal is when they go from hidden to revealed. And that happened immediately with all 8 of them, because Puzzle Box, that's another thing that's not really in the description. It transforms and reveals them technically. Using them does nothing though, so we'll go over here, we'll smash a web that triggered Decadent even though it didn't attack or defend. It's just every 10 tiles used. So squandered that, but it is what it is. A lot of webs are down, so hopefully one of these turns we'll get a couple damage in. I'm gonna be at like 8 damage in. Now he's gonna web again. We will hit, and we'll just do that. Hit our own heightened senses, but didn't really need it. Yeah, we'll fracture, hit him for 12. And then this is another new tile. Plague, enemy loses HP equal to tiles traveled this turn. We've moved 4 times. Or maybe we've moved 3 so far, and that would be number 4, I think is how it works. Yeah, we'll just do that. That's more than the attacks do because of the webs. We'll telekinesis and use the faraway web. And I think we'll just hope for, oh, okay, we'll use that web too, that's sweet. Defend, defend. This is a bad turn. So my options are, I could go here, here, here. Take 9, hit for 10. Or I could shuffle, probably just defend for 5 still, but be in a much better board state. If I go here, I could go here. So that would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would get Decadent, but it would be on a 1 attack, not on a defend at the end. Well, we're gonna do this for fun and just see. Yeah, I don't think I can. Maybe if I had gone a different direction. I think I could have gone left and actually defended for more. That feels kind of bad, but it did actually kill him, so. Did it not? Damn it. Okay. I guess it's fine. We didn't take anything because of that. Alright, continuing with the things that transform. 4/4. Pretty simple turn. Here, I could either go up, or I could just Clairvoyance to get some value out of it. Alright, here's a cool interaction. We've got Sundial. All drained tiles are transformed into 1 save plus 1 move rewind tiles. So it's kind of like the Berserk. They give you the 1 offense free tile. This gives all your drained things into 1 defense free tiles. Another interesting synergy with telekinesis. If we step on it, it's drained. So if I use this, I actually get that move back. Pretty sweet. Let me just go up here. This is unfortunate. Our fracture is next to a Berserk, so I can't use that Berserk and get more value out of it. I'm going to just use the Berserk. Don't think we covered this. Secret Passage is a +1 move, so it's free. Save for 3, so just free defense. Our Chaos Portal tile is not relevant. I think we will Berserk in case. And this is another interesting use, so I could use Magnifying Glass to make sure these things are not my fracture. If I hit my other fracture, I might consider shuffling earlier because that's kind of my big damage. tile. I think I'll just defend. We'll defend. I like going here for the extra option. Didn't need it, but we couldn't know that. We've got Decadent up. We're probably not breaking through though. But just in case, we'll still take that. I guess we'll just take an attack and then... that's awkward. I'll just hit. I'll take the 1 damage. We're pretty good on HP still. Attack, attack, attack on his weak turn. Almost got him. And we should be able to punch through him here for the 1 damage. And we'll take the bubble. Let's look up transform. Yeah, we got all the really relevant ones. What else do I want? I think I'll take these two because that's kind of a cute little combo, and I'll take the shovel first because it's good against the spider. And we obviously want to go up and hit this cluster of webs because... ooh, Keg is just a plus move basically. Here's Bubble. Bubble is Berserk, but for Rewind, the defense ones. Very similar tiles. I can Berserk here. It's good for Fracture. Do I have another Fracture? I guess I'll do it. Okay, so we still have the Fracture out there. That makes the Fracture that we run into later good, even though it does nothing now because they still web up. I really wanted to hit this puzzle box too, so we have like an insane number of changed tiles, but it's okay. It didn't work out that way. Still have the Fracture. Would be pretty sick to hit it. I want to shuffle, but that's kind of risky. We'll take a risk. Oh wow, there's a Fracture for a 20. I guess no, I wanted to take it for the defense. I was thinking I could maybe set up a Decadent on a huge Fracture. That would have been good. Here, I could get in for 5, but then I'm still in an awkward spot down here with so much defense. I'm just going to shuffle. Good time to go for it. Defend, defend. Hit for 5. He's almost gone. 2 more turns probably. Crush that. That revealed a lot, holy cow. I think we'll just set this up because now this Fracture will kill and defend. Doesn't really matter. Too bad there's no duplicates in the... That must be locked still. Okay. It'd be good to be able to duplicate another Fracture for this deck. We'll take the Urn, and we'll take a Shadow Blast, have a secondary strategy set up. Plus I want to explain Backtrack, so I purposely took something that gives Backtrack there. This is interesting. Good, we got the shield for the max defense. Hit. We'll Berserk and just get some damage in. And yeah, go for the Fracture. Berserk can be good to try and stick near for a turn or two against this enemy because on his vulnerable turns, Berserk is pretty gross. Just does double damage. Alright, so here's the mini combo we got. Pardon me. We took a berry, which is free. It's +1 move, free. And it drains 1 tile. So we can drain anything. And we actually have 2 things that we can pick from here. We could take the Urn, which when it's drained, which includes when you use it, because when you use it, it drains the tile. But when it's drained, you get +4 Backtrack. So I could just use that, get 4 Backtrack, and then do something else. But we actually have Putrefy from earlier too that we didn't go over. On drain, hit for 1 4 times. So earlier we used it as just a hit attack for 4. Right now, I'm currently, this action was free, remember? I can go up here. He's vulnerable. I can shovel that. Oh, that was disgusting, actually. We had Decadent up, so we hit for 4, which was really 8 due to vulnerable, which was really 16 due to Decadent. That was great. Didn't get to explain backtrack, but still good. We'll get there. I could Berserk, use all those, defend. I could also do it in a worse way by moving, telekinesing, getting the move back. That's just like a show off way that's actually worse. Yeah, we'll Berserk, go this way. I could get 2 damage by going left. Oh, that's good enough to kill him. Well, let's just do that. I was looking at how to use Decadent. You can see I'm replacing swords. I'd like to get rid of swords mostly. Sometimes I'll start doing 1 and 1, and in certain trait combos I'll just get rid of shields. But getting rid of swords is a good piece of advice for new players. Let's see. More backtrack here. I guess we could just go full backtrack. Yeah. Okay, so here it is. Dimensional Terror. While it's revealed, you get +1 backtrack when your turn ends. So we'll just leave that up and it should give us a backtrack here. Kind of an unfortunate enemy to have it against because he drains all your visible tiles often. But you can see it went off at the end of the turn. It did that little shiver, and now we have 1 backtrack. So we'll use that in a bit. I don't think I went over that earlier. Alright, so this enemy may drain all visible tiles. He does it very often. This is the first boss, by the way. And he heals 5 HP whenever you shuffle. So him draining all things kind of pushes you to shuffling earlier, but shuffling also makes it hard to kill him. We did get 2 backtrack. It gave us the 1 for that last turn before he drained it. So we have 2 backtrack and everything is drained. You can see now if I go left over this tile, it won't use one of my moves up. It uses a backtrack up. We'll go from 2 to 1. That's backtrack. It's pretty good. Pretty good. And there's a lot of ways to use it. It's often good just to have 2 or 3 backtrack tiles that make it. It makes it a lot easier to not take damage when you can go back to a tile you know is there and safe. We will time bubble, pick up a bunch of defense. We go here. We could plague. If that's 10 damage, that's pretty good. I could also berserk. I'll have 2 moves at the end. I'm actually tempted by the berserk. And then we just attack. We shovel something and we have Decadent up for a full defense. We only did 5 damage though, so I guess maybe that wasn't worth it. This is a new one, Overgrowth, save for the number of times Overgrowth tiles have been used. So it only did 1 now, but it's going to build up and be gross by the end of the run. And having multiples of those is pretty good. Here you can see this is probably a good turn to shuffle. He's only hitting for 5, which means we can shuffle and defend it. And if we go ahead and just use these tiles, we'll probably be safe, but next turn he might hit for a lot. And then we're forced to shuffle and take damage. So shuffle now, use defense. Okay. Do I just use... Yeah, we'll get 4 damage in. I could have... I think that's fine. Defend. There goes Decadent. Couldn't use it very effectively. We'll take the Shadow Blast. It's +2 backtrack, then hit for 2 times your backtrack, so it's attack for 4, and we've got backtrack now. Take 1. But if he drains, we can backtrack, get to the new stuff. Ooh. We'll take 4 more backtrack. Backtrack is kind of this guy's counter. It just starts making your turns good anyway. And we'll use the Putrefy. The Sundial doesn't do anything if he drains. And the Putrefy was doing bonus damage thanks to strength. It was actually hit for 8. We are wasting the Decadent, but I want to do this massive Sundial. there's still a fracture out there, so what I want to do is I'm going to use all these rewinds to go see if I can find it. We'll do that. Oh no, I can't reach it. Well, we hope he doesn't drain here because that would be great. He didn't. Holy cow. Hit him for 30. Could I have set up? This is less good. Probably take 1 damage. That's not too bad though. We got lucky it was not a big hit. I could go down and get some damage in. I think we'll just play it safer. We'll go with the transform. We got explode. Doesn't matter, not gonna explain it. Yeah, we'll go with this. This lets us see a couple tiles down here. We'll risk it. There we go. Found the defense at the end. If he doesn't hit, oh, took the fracture. Okay. Well, we've got Decadent up. That's good. We'll do this. Oh no, that used our Decadent up. That sucks. Both fractures are down, so we're not gonna go too hard on trying to get the sundial going. Here. Oh, I don't think I like this. I'm gonna have to lose all my backtrack if I don't shuffle. So I could either attack, backtrack, 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 waste it. I think I just shuffle. There's no way I don't take damage here. 1, 2, 3, move, move. Yep, we'll shuffle. Oh, we hit the heightened senses too for the clutch save. Nasty. We could bubble defends everything, and maybe we get in for damage. Overgrowth builds it up for later, have to hit another defense. I kind of think we'll just take the bubble, but because we're doing so well, mostly, I do think that would be a good play. There we go, we killed him. For building the overgrowth for later if you were struggling. Okay. We'll take this random because we'll probably want the heal before we fight the final boss. And I could go down here and take 2 halos and a shield beam and go like a defense strategy, but I should not. Oh, there is a mirror too. Maybe I will do that. Do I have enough tiles to do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Why not? Oh no. Another unique enemy. This guy, he's always does 1. You see he's got no attack, but he's going to do 1 no matter what we do. Even if we defend, we're taking 1 damage. We're losing 1 HP. But we deal damage to him equal to our offense plus our defense. So everything does damage to him. You see that it's calculated here. So it's all about putting up big numbers. Here we've got a new tile, Dawn, +1 move, so it's free. Shuffle and reset your tiles. I should just say shuffle. I should reword that. That's kind of confusing. I think that's an old description that I never reworked. 3 of which are replaced by fogs until you shuffle again. So we're going to use it. Now we've got 3 fogs mixed in here, but shuffling for free is insane. That tile is so good. You can have some really cool like mass shuffle decks. Love those. Here we'll berserk, and we probably want to set up Decadent on anything just for the 10. And I'm actually going to leave the fracture up, which might not be an obvious play to new players, and maybe it's just wrong anyway. But it worked out really well here. I would have liked to hit another transform, but oh, that doesn't work. Wow, that's brutal. I was thinking I could Decadent it, and I didn't quite get it. Fracture is insane against this enemy though, because he does hit and save, so you get double duty out of it. So We easily clean the floor with this enemy. We will build up the overgrowth. This enemy can be bad for runs that are a bit weaker and safer. You just get nibbled away. And it's also dangerous if you're low health because there's no way you can not take damage. But if you're high HP, I just don't think we're going to be threatened much by these two crystals. We took 5 there. I guess that was one of the worst fights we've had. Okay, that's fair. We have another one right away. I don't think it changes my plan. I might not get the second Halo immediately though, because I'm not sure if I have counted everything right. So let's Clairvoyance. We've got Decadent, we'll use Decadent, we'll shuffle. We don't get much out of those random value shuffle, the insta shuffles. Maybe I should be saving them. I'm so used to shuffling every time I see it because that's like one of my favorite decks to try. Where you just shuffle constantly, but that's not really giving us any value. It does tick up Decadent by 1. So let's transform. That's not very good. Portal Strike, use. You hit for 12 next time you shuffle. You can see it's active with that 1 in the corner. That means it's ready to go. I think we'll just set up like a ton of these and shuffle. So 12 times 5, so we're in for 60 right now. We have to do one more turn. We'll just do them all and then shuffle. I mean, that's pretty sweet. I've never done that before. Okay. I think we took less than 5 that time, right? It was like 3? 6. We took 6. Okay. Don't know how to count. Take this. Take that. There. I think we still have enough, but that would... Maybe we don't get the heal. We have a magic missile now. Hit for 14. Put on cooldown until next combat. So we use it. It's now a cooldown. It's still in our deck. It still pops up. But next time we see it, it's not really going to do anything. It's just going to block. It's going to be like a dead tile. It's going to limit your choices by having it next to you. Transform, hit Keg. So good. It's just +2 moves. While it's drained, your next shuffle gets another 3 tiles with a fog. So if I drain all these and then I shuffle with Dawn, we will have a ton of fogs in our next shuffle, which is scary. You can see it's not stopping me. Like, it still sounds amazing. We'll drain Tether. Tether, when you drain it, it charges, so you can see it changed a bit. This is a charged version. I can right now hit space to return to center. You can see down here it changed, it's return to center. It doesn't stop you from shuffling. I can just return to center and then shuffle. It's just another free option. So yeah, we'll see it go off later. I'll use it. I'll make sure I use it just to show it off. Oh wow, it's a double. Never mind, we killed him. Well, now we'll use it. We'll press space. Boom, back to center. And it's just something you can combo with drain effects. And just having the option to go back to center, it just gives you more options later. So if you find yourself in a weird spot with no defense, sometimes you just go back to center and hit a defense back there. Now there's a ton of, you can see all the fogs in here screwing. Like if this was, if I was in danger here, that would have been very bad. But we had already killed him and defended, so it didn't really matter. Now we take the defense, we go down there next turn. Yeah, we can still get, I think we're still fine. I think we will hit the overgrowth. And then, ooh, nice. Yeah, we'll black hole. Black hole, reset, your offense and defense and backtrack go to 0. Resets you to 3 moves, and you shuffle. So it's just like a start over. There are definitely cool combos with that. I love the black hole decks. It's also just a good part of the shuffle decks. And even in decks where it doesn't do anything special or absurd, it's still good. It's just a reset. We'll take Portal Strike. We've got a bit of a shuffle strat, so we may well be able to set something up. These fractures clogging on my area. Definitely taking damage from all this BS. Here's an interesting decision. If I Sundial, I lose the Portal Strike and it will not hit for 12 next time I shuffle. Something to keep in mind. However, I'm definitely going to use a backtrack, and I'm going to Telekinesis to Sundial, so I'm still at 3 moves. I'm going to go back up. Oh, we'll do this too. And we're just going to use this stuff. It happens to give us a perfect Decadent. Take that, he's dead. Get the other one. Insane damage. That's what we're talking about. Let's see. Mirror. Take a random. Defend. I guess we'll talk about. I keep forgetting I'm just getting sucked into playing and not explaining the game well at all. This guy, each turn, one of your things turns into a vulnerability. If you use it, you smash his defense. Does that still happen? Oh, I definitely need to check that. That might require a patch. I don't remember. It used to reset. It used to say his attack and its defense is 0. It maybe does just set defense to 0 now. We'll hopefully find out right now. And then you get +3 move. So if you can reach it, you want to. This enemy was designed with rewarding teleport and telekinesis, basically. Anything that moves you, having ways to move you far. If you see like 3 of these guys in your list, maybe you want the telekinesis or the teleports. So yeah, I don't know, something to think about. Here we know we can reach it. We'll just go up here. We'll shovel some random thing. And I kind of want to leave the telekinesis up because it's a guaranteed vulnerability if I'm next to it later. And we are going to just end the turn with this. It did set its defense to 0, I think. So that's fine. That's good. I don't like the idea of having crazy bugs in there. We just got a good attack from a Chaos Portal. We'll ignore that. Yeah, let's Telekinesis this vulnerability. We do have Decadent up. I think I'm just going to use my Strength. Still not sure if that's right. Here, Ring of Fire. Target a tile and drain all tiles nearby it. And then hit for the number drained. So if I hit target down here, I'll get like 8 attack. However, if I target up here, I'm going to trigger a chain reaction, which on drain, hit for 7, drains all the tiles in the column. So I'm going to drain a ton of stuff right here. You can see how you can combo off things that trigger on drain. Like if I had hit another thing that attacks on drain in any of these like 12 or 13 tiles or whatever it was. Pretty sweet. But we didn't really go that route, so I'm happy to get any combo there for good damage. Here, I cannot set up... Actually, maybe I can. Oh no, this is drained? Oh, I already used it. I guess we'll backtrack here. Use that. Use that. Okay, cool. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I could have backtracked and double. I did it so wrong. Oh well, I'm just failing to use Decadent, right? I was thinking I was going to use the shield and have Decadent up for next turn for this, but obviously it just went off a turn early from the free tile. Alright, so we'll do this, backtrack twice, take that, shuffle, which is not right because of the Chaos Portal thing, but we'll ignore it. Here, take that, defend. Now we got 18 defense. Shield beam hit equals to your defense, so that's an 18 damage attack. Pretty good. Magic Mirror is free. It swaps your attack and your defense, your offense and defense. So we can actually reach the vulnerability. here I'm going to, I could just Berserk and next turn use them, but if I actually use my Tether, I can Telekinesis, hit the Berserk, and he's dead. This turn. Get rid of 1 and 1. This is Dragon, but I can get the other Halo and get 1 heal still. The heals heal you for 12, minus 4 for each heal you've used. So the first one healed me for 12, I'm back up to 60. That's very healthy. We could lose here, but I think we have pretty good odds of winning. Defend. 3 defenses, we still took 1, but 1 isn't going to lose us a game. Disappointed that if I Berserk, I lose my plus damage. So the flurries are not 2 each. There's a black hole here. I don't think it's worth using. I could like move here, use that black hole, then I worked up 2 ticks on Decadent, but I can also just do this and Decadent's up now and it's wasted. So I think I should just use the rest of them and set it back up a little bit. And we're taking damage now. I should have obviously gone here and defended. Now we just took 6. Not good. Let's... Okay. I think I'm actually going to waste a move to get Decadent on the Magic Missile for 28. That seems good. And then if I go here, I could do either, but I don't need the defense. I'm going to go ahead and use the random one. And we went into double swings, which are hit for 4, then hit for 4. It's another multi-attack thing. What are we doing here? I think we're going up. And I could go... Yeah, we're going to go defend, defend, defend. Decadence up. Hit, defend more. And we've got 1 damage. I think you trade the 5 attack for 1 damage against Dragon. Happy with that. I'm gonna shield, defend, defend, hope there's another Decadent in it, get the full defense. Do I still have shield? Shield beam is up, so I could go here and hope it's over here for a big hit. Hard to deny the Chaos Portal though. Necro is hit for X, where X is a number of drained tiles. Excludes? Darn it! Hold on, let me put that in a notepad. That typo, are you kidding me? Necro exclude, needs a C in there. Oh, I really don't like having a disgusting typo like that. Alright, so we'll take that. Just defend. I don't hate shuffling. I don't love it either. We still have 2 fractures and we have a ton of stuff transformed. I don't think I want to defend, don't want to fracture. Here is what makes Dragon so hard. I don't think this is the first one we've had. So we got unlucky so far. Some turns he limits you to 3 moves, so even if you use free tiles, he cuts you off after you move 3 times no matter what. This includes backtrack, so you have to be really careful. Like this turn it would screw us, except we have a Halo here. So hit for 25, or it saves for 25, but it goes on 1 use cooldown. So now it's useless next time I see it, except I have to use it to get it back. So it's kind of like a 2 use, or 2 move big defend almost. Split him for 4. Defend. Hit the, that's good, hit the Awakened Senses. I think I am gonna Berserk. There's only 1 tile that could be a fracture, which means there's at least, that sucks. But there's still a fracture somewhere. Take 2 here, we're gonna go all the way around if it's not, okay. Yeah, we'll shield beam. Dang it. This is a doubled. So we did get in for damage through his 20. Also, he healed that turn. We're taking damage here probably, but not much. Clairvoyance. Defend. This has to be a fracture, right? Am I missing it? I think this is a fracture. It is. I don't love that I can't defend this turn. I think I just backtrack. He cuts me off at 3 moves. So this turn I have options as well. I could backtrack, take this, attack, get 8 damage in. He cuts me off, I'm in a terrible spot. I could tether home, backtrack, defend, shovel, take 6. Next turn I could defend, move, shuffle. I could backtrack, defend, portal strike. I think I'm just going to shuffle for real. So we'll use the tether, we'll shuffle, defend for 5. More options. I don't hate the idea of keeping the halo up to telekinesis it, or till I get more vision and see if I can set up a combo, but I also like just using it. I think I'd just go for the attack. Darn. Really wanted to hit a shield beam combo with the halo. It's not looking very likely now. We're pretty close to winning. I'm pretty tempted to just take this. Probably better to backtrack in clairvoyance and take no damage. And then just waste some moves. Go here, here, here. Take no damage. Turn the sword into defense, take no damage. I feel like he's rolled really poorly, and we're just easily whittling him away. Sometimes he is pretty tough. Yeah, I think he's just dead. I feel like there has to be a way to set up. I don't have any backtrack though, so 1, 2, 3. Go back, next turn kill him. Or I could set up a longer chain, probably. Nope, I still can't. Okay. He's not dead if I just hit 1. I think I just stop here. And he's dead next turn, guaranteed. Yep. Oh, and we hit the shield beam. That's... look at that, look at those numbers. It's disgusting. Oop, and I got 3 coins because we won last round as well. And now we got the wizard hat going on because we've won 2 games in a row. That's 2 in a row, I thought? Yeah, no, that's right. 2 in a row, yep. Let's see. So the spider hit us a bit. The crystals were the biggest challenge. I mean, they weren't really a challenge, but they were the only ones that really had any chance against us. I guess we were just crushing it. These are pretty good. These are both just good. Yeah, I do think a drain deck was in there. I do think you could have had a pretty cool drain deck as well. But I am totally happy with hitting that random fracture and then pivoting entirely to a different strategy. Like, I like how that paid off, how that worked out. I mean, who knows, maybe there's some other crazier build out there too. Once I hit the black hole, that was toward the end though, no, it was too late to pivot. Yeah, that was a good run. I can't believe how many 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's 0. That's insane. That's insane. Like, look at some of these other runs I did recently. 42 HP. Oh, but minimum in telekinesis. Okay, maybe telepath is just too good. This one died early, got crushed. This one took looks like a lot of damage, but not really. It did pretty well. This one died on the boss. Ooh, those giants crushed me, holy cow. Those are all I have in here. So let me look at the unlocks. Okay, so, there were definitely some tiles that probably should be locked. And I should just double check. I really thought, I thought Hidden Agenda was locked. I should probably double check that. That's awkward. That's not what I meant to do. Let's go back to the open screen. Let's unlock something. Should I just go, should I do random or in order? I think it doesn't matter. I already did one random. We'll just do another random. Just an aesthetic thing. And a terribly hard trade. That's not really a good trade. Okay, so we got magnetism. I'm not going to explain that. It's too confusing. We have a red tail. So now when we move, there's just like that red thing trailing behind us. Just a random aesthetic. Hopefully if someone tries the game, they don't get an aesthetic on their first unlock and think there's nothing cool in here. And we've got Antipode, which just can show up as a random trait now. And it switches your offense and defense. So offense is now the protective stat, and defense is the one that attacks them, basically. And that's a tricky one to play with. My brother, who's like one of the few other people who's played the games, hates it. He can never keep it straight. I have played enough that I do feel like you just get into, like, you can wire your brain to treat shields and swords or attack and defense just backward, and it's not that hard. Once every game, probably you screw it up and you take damage from it. And it doesn't provide like a strict advantage like most traits do. But I really like what it does to the planning stage of the game. You know, the fact that Halo is now a 25 offense, 1 cooldown attack, that's cool. That's really good. It makes Sundial an attack. I actually added a new tile specifically for this and the shield beam strategies. Bar the door turns into like a 40 damage attack. I just like that it almost gives you like double mileage out of everything, because all the tiles just play so differently with it. That's very hard now in the pool for us. I'll do another run in a few days probably. Actually, I'll probably do another one tomorrow because I'm off of work tomorrow again. Whether or not I upload it right away though, we'll see. Alright, later.